When I told people I was doing this show, you know, they love to say, "Oh, that's so cool. Are you funny?" Which is so rude, because if I told them I was doing pageants, would you go, "Oh, that's so cool. Are you pretty?" Yeah, my dad's just as worse. He doesn't like to believe that I'm smart. And I feel that goes, ladies, tell me if you also find this is real. Dads love the idea of smart daughters until they have to start living with and listening to their smart daughters. For example, I was in the car with him and I'm playing my music and he's about to quiz me on my own music. He starts acting all smug and he goes, "Mary Walton." That's what he calls me. Mary Walton if you're swallowing marbles. He goes, "Mary Walton, I bet you can't name the movie that this song is from." Guys, the song was I Like to Move It, Move It. I mean, come on, Schindler's List, duh. No, I'm sorry. I need to stop saying duh because I have a baby sister at home and I love her so much and I love being her sister almost as much as I actually love her. She's a total shit. But she's also a parrot, and you don't realize it until you take her training bra shopping and she goes right up to the sales representative and she says, "Will this give me credit card swiping cleavage?" And you have to go, "Oh my God, where would she hear that?" And then you're like, "Oh right, I took her shopping with me for my confirmation dress." And she was just as much a menace, not even by my own influence. The other day I introduced her to our neighbor's boyfriend. She goes right up to him, "Why are your eyes so close together?" She's 10 years old, and it's really hard to be there for her because when I was 10 years old, I was also a menace myself. Actually, what a coincidence, when I was 10 years old, Russia was invading Crimea, and it inspired me to write my very first stand-up set for the 6th grade pageant. I was going to sing Crimea River by Justin Timberlake in my Vladimir Putin voice. For the sake of my political future, I'm very glad that never came to fruition because I got strep throat the night before. I know. Thank God there's no big virus going around to get me this time. No, but I've always been intense. In 4th grade, I actually had a legit business. I filed for a business license. That's what happens when you let your babies read Forbes. Don't let your baby see the Tonya Harding documentary, but that's another story. I had a legit business, and I actually took off a lot of school days so I could do my baking. It was called Sweet Cheeks Bakery. Don't Google that. And I put blood, sweat, and tears into everything I made, mostly because I did not practice safe food handling. And I was very money-minded as well. I had this subscription service where people paid a lot of money up front, and then I give them a cake of the month every month for about a year. The first month went great. I made so much money. I was roaming around my mom's Honda Odyssey dropping off cakes. And you know, I bet the other months would have gone great as well if I'd upheld my contractual obligation. But I didn't because I was 12 and I just didn't feel like it, to be honest. And that's the great thing about having a business when you're a kid, right? No one's there to hold you accountable. Because I mean, what's the worst that can happen? A spanking? The worst that can happen is, and this is a true story, in middle school I was indicted for tax evasion. Now hear me out, because I never filed my taxes because I was 12 and I didn't know how. And in the end it all ended up working out because my dad just called somebody and told him that I didn't even make enough money to owe him anything. And everything ended up working out, you know. It's why I'm standing in front of you guys today. It's why I'm not rocking any type of ankle jewelry. And the only takeaway I want you all to get from my set is, why do we see no one in juvie for white collar crime? Thank you.